What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to talk about a very inexpensive part in your air conditioner that will completely shut you down, and that is your fan capacitor. I'm going to show you how to test it, where it's located, how to change it. Super simple, and it could definitely save you on a hot summer day. So stay tuned. About a week or so ago, I noticed when our living room air conditioner started to kick on that it seemed like there was a little bit of a delay between when I would hear the compressor turn on and the fan would start running. So I thought I was just being crazy, but I definitely started paying attention to it. And absolutely, there are times when I'm starting to hear that compressor come on, there's a couple second delay, and then you can hear the fan kick on. That shouldn't happen. You should hear that compressor and fan kick on immediately. And when that happens, most times, not all the time, obviously there are a lot of issues that can happen, but the most common issue is you have a fan capacitor that's going bad. A really simple way to think about a capacitor, and maybe it's oversimplifying it, but basically the capacitor just provides a boost of energy. So when you turn your air conditioner on, when that compressor kicks on and the fan kicks on, they need a little bit of an extra boost to get things rotating. And the capacitor is what supplies that little boost to get the fan rotating. And then once it's rotating, you're good to go. Same thing with the compressor. Once that compressor gets rotating internally, you're good to go. So different models use different styles. Some of them have a capacitor, one capacitor that controls the compressor and the fan. Some of them have two separate capacitors that one will go to the compressor, one will go to the fan. We have the Coleman Mach AC units. This is a 2019 Grand Design, so they're 2018, 2019 model air conditioners. They have separate compressor and fan capacitors. So I'm gonna head up on the roof, gonna get the cover off, and I'm gonna show you guys what you're looking for when you're in there trying to identify which capacitor is for the fan, which one's for the compressor. So let's get up on the roof and show you what we're talking about. All right, so up here on the roof, here's our air conditioner. It just has, this particular model has 4 bolts that go through the top. So you're just gonna take these 4 bolts out, Phillips head, and then this covers a little bit, not difficult to get off, but you have to kind of manipulate it a little bit, pick the front up a little bit and then the back up to kind of get it to get off of the actual AC unit. So get those off and get the cover off. All right, so now you can see we have the cover off of our air conditioner. This door here is where the capacitor is going to be located. So we're just going to take out this top screw, these 2 screws at the bottom, and that's going to give us access to the capacitor. All right, so I have the power turned off at the breaker inside. Before you get up here and start taking this apart, you're going to want to make sure to get that power turned off. If you suspect that you have a bad fan capacitor, kind of an easy way to test is to come up here, take the cover off your AC unit, have somebody turn the air conditioner on inside. Before you shut the power down, have somebody turn the air conditioner on inside, and then get you a screwdriver or a stick or anything, and when you hear the compressor kick on and start to run and your fan isn't moving, just give it a little push, and if you can spin that fan and it kicks over and starts to run just fine, then 99% of the time the problem is going to be the capacitor. So when you look in here, you can see we have 2 capacitors. The one on the left is going to be for our compressor. The one on the right, the little small oval one, is for the fan. So you're looking for the capacitor that's going to have the brown wires on it. So here's our brown wires. We have a brown and a brown and white. The brown wires go to the fan. Here's our brown wires. That's for the fan. Red wire is going to go to your compressor. So we can see our capacitor down here. First thing you're going to want to do is discharge that capacitor, and you're going to do that. You're going to take a screwdriver. You're just going to short the terminals across each other. The because you definitely don't want to pull those off. A capacitor basically stores energy. So if you start trying to pull these terminals off without discharging the capacitor, you do run the risk that you could get, it won't electrocute you, but it'll give you a heck of a zap, that's for sure. Alright, so we've discharged that capacitor now. We're going to take the 2 brown wires off. So, I'm going to take that one off. Brown and white. Alright, so now we're going to loosen up this screw back here that holds those capacitors in place so that we can slide that one out. Now you shouldn't have to take that screw all the way out. You should be able to just loosen it up enough to be able to slip this bad boy out of here. There we go. Alright, so there we have it. There's our capacitor. This is the original capacitor. A lot of times you can examine them and see if they're swollen, if they look like they've been leaking oil out of them. This one looks like it might have some issue going on here. If you have a voltmeter that has a way to test the capacitance of a capacitor, you can test it and see what it's reading. Alright, so here's our new capacitor. So this type of capacitor that's just for the fan, doesn't matter which side you put the wires back on. The wires can go either way. If you have a dual run capacitor, which is going to be a capacitor that energizes the fan and the compressor, it's going to look like this one. It's going to be round, but it's going to have 3 terminals on it, and you'll have white wires on one terminal, you'll have your red compressor wire on another terminal, and your brown fan wires on the 3rd terminal. Those will be labeled on top. It'll say H for Herm, and that's going to be for your compressor. And then you'll have F for the fan and C for common, which is going to be your white wires. So it is important to hook those up in the right manner on that style capacitor, or you do stand a chance that you could burn up your board. If you're not sure, all air conditioners will have a wiring diagram, and it will show you your capacitors and which wires go to which terminal. A lot of times you can't read the lettering on top of a capacitor if it's all rusty like this one is. You won't be able to see the letters on your old capacitor to be able to match it up. So just know that H is going to go to the compressor, which is your red wire. F is the fan, which is your brown wires, and then your white wires will go to that C terminal. Alright, so we're going to get our wires attached. We're going to get him back in place, tighten it up, and start this thing up, make sure it runs. Alright, so there you go. We have it back in place. We've got our screw tightened back up. So we're going to put the cover on, and then before we put the shroud on, we'll go crank the AC up, make sure it runs. Alright, we got our power turned back on. We turned on the AC inside, and like you can see, we're back in business. So the capacitor that this particular unit takes is only $10. So it's definitely inexpensive enough to take a shot on, especially if you're not real sure, if you don't have a meter that you can check the capacitor. I mean, and you're having a delayed fan start, or the fan won't start at all, that's definitely the first place you're going to want to go to look. Whew, all right, off that roof and out of that sun. So if you do change that capacitor out yourself, or if you have a tech come out and change it, and they turn the AC back on or turn the fan on and it doesn't come on, the next place you're going to want to go to look, all air conditioners will have some type of a control box. Usually sometimes you can access it up through the return of your air conditioner inside, but if not, you can take the cover off, access it from up top. But the thermostat wires that go from your thermostat to the control box are, a lot of times they're just little spade connectors that push on, and over time, from these things bouncing down the road, or if the cover has been on and off your air conditioner where that control box is located, sometimes those wires can get pulled on. There's just endless amount of things that can happen to tug on those wires, move them. Those spade connectors will loosen up. Maybe they were loose from the beginning, and just over time they've started to develop a little bit of corrosion or something under them, to where it's just not making a solid connection. And something as simple as that can cut off the fan. Typically what will happen is you'll have a situation where, say, the low fan setting doesn't work but high fan setting does. And if it's that scenario, then I'm going to probably start looking at the control box, at the voltage and the signal coming in from the thermostat to the control box, and then checking those wires, making sure they're not loose. I mean, I've been on numerous service calls for air conditioning. We're in Florida right now, so as you can imagine, I've been to a ton of air conditioner service calls, and I have found a variety of different things, but I have found a couple that had the terminal that actually fell off of the control box. Another one had a very, very loose terminal, and then I've been on countless calls where it was just needed a new capacitor. So whether you try to do this job yourself or not, having the knowledge, or at least a general understanding of what that capacitor does and where it's located and the amount of effort involved to change it, which isn't a lot, it's just going to help you make your decision. Make sure that whoever's working on your air conditioner is telling you the right story as to what the fault is with it. Hopefully you guys found this video useful, maybe a little bit educational. Feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. We try to answer all the questions that are put in the comments below, and we do our best to answer them all. So that's going to do it for now. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys down the road.